Oh, yeah, yeah. Woo, woo, yeah.
What are they gonna do, you know?
Yeah.
Kick us out?
Exactly. I'll show you right.
Yes, sir. I'll follow you. Howdy, folks. So this is going to be a crazy day. So I woke up this morning and, well, let's just restart. Let's restart from the beginning. So before this morning, before everything. So yesterday, the truck that I used to go down and get my backhoe from California, I actually sold that truck. Some guy offered me money for it and I said, yep. So there goes my tow rig. So I sold my tow rig. But it was okay. I plan on getting another one, whatever. Well, this morning on Facebook Marketplace, I found one heck of a deal. Now, when I say one heck of a deal, I mean this doesn't come around very often. A guy posted a truck for sale, and it was only on there for about 2 hours. Just so y'all know, here's a tip. If you guys want to find something online to buy, like on Facebook or something, early mornings, that's when it's there. Most people sell their vehicles before the afternoon when you get off work to look. Most everything that's good deals already sold, so just so you know. Anyways, it was only up for a couple hours and it was a 2020 Duramax L5P high country. That's like a high, very high trim Duramax. Well, this guy has it posted for 15 grand. Now that catches my attention because that truck is worth 50 grand. Okay, it has 100,000 miles. And I'm like, wait a second. So I messaged the guy and I'm like, hey, what is the deal with this truck, you know? And he says, call me. I'm like, perfect. I like calling people because I get a better story than I get their emotions. When you text people, you never know how they're really feeling. So on the phone, you can tell by their voice. So I'm talking to him on the phone and he was like, I woke up this morning and I started the truck or not this morning, but yesterday, he started the truck and it was idling and it just shut off and then it just clicked. The motor locked up. So he hauled it to the dealership. The dealer looked at it and said, it's hydro locked. Hydro locked means there's water in the cylinder and it stopped the motor from turning over. And he said, that's all good and dandy, but they quoted him a new motor. Do you guys know how much they quoted him to put a new motor in his truck? They quoted him to put a 2020 new Duramax in the truck, $29,000 just to put a motor in. And I was like, holy crap. And the guy's like, yeah, and I ain't about to do that. So he says, I just posted it. He's emotional. I'm kind of upset and I just want it gone. And I said, yeah, well, I'm your man. So just so y'all know, those motors, I've put those motors in those trucks before. I can get a good use or I can rebuild it for around 5 to 10 grand. So I was like, okay, I'm on my way. So to make a long story short, I ran outside to head out and guess what? I sold my tow truck. So I don't have a truck to even go down there to get it. So I was like, how am I going to pull my trailer down there? I'm like running around in circles and I got to leave here in within 30 minutes or an hour and I'm like running around. Well, my buddy's like, you can take the service truck. And I'm like, is it going to make it? And he's like, maybe. And I was like, I got to risk it. I can't even chance. So I got in my buddy, I don't know, this is 2012 F450, 550, I don't even know what it is, 2-wheel drive service truck. And I'm on my way to Phoenix, Arizona to pick up this truck. And that's where the adventure has started so far. So folks, hang on tight. We're gonna go check out this truck and buy this truck and haul this home, and let's just hope that the truck is as good a shape and as new as he's saying, and let's just hope that this truck and trailer makes it down there with no issues. So folks, I appreciate you guys coming on these journeys with me. I hope you guys enjoy it. And we're on I-15 heading to Arizona. So it's about a 7-hour drive from my place. So we're booking it, and according to my GPS, we're going to get there at 8. And that's when the dealer closes. So we might have to, I might call them and tell them, hey, stay open for a little bit longer. I'm coming a long ways. We'll see. Anyways, let's go get it, folks. So I know I've talked about this before. There's something I want to talk to you guys about. So a lot of you guys, especially my older viewers, know me as, you know, the guy, the cowboys, the ropes wild cattle. And yes, that is a big passion of mine. But there's another piece of me that a lot of you guys might know, and a lot of you guys might not know, and that is diesel trucks. As you know, I grew up on a ranch, and all we drove was diesels, and I was the mechanic. I learned, my dad taught me, and I learned from other trades on just how to mechanic, and I've loved it. Now, as I grew up, I realized that as much as I love cowboying, it doesn't quite pay the bills completely, and it doesn't really make me enough money to live the lifestyle that me and my family deserve. So I started mechanicking, and I build, and I fix, and I flip trucks. So with that being said, I'm gonna bring you guys on some of these journeys with me, showing you guys exactly how I do it. Now, you guys, any of you guys can do this. There's so many good deals out there and ways to make money. This is just one way that I found that makes me a little side gig and makes me some money on the side, which is buying these diesel trucks that need fixing or need to make them look good. And so I hope you guys kind of enjoy this kind of content, because it's a passion of mine. I really enjoy this, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but in the long run, it always pays off, and it's a way to get my family a little extra money without getting another job or doing something else other than just cowboying and able to do these trucks. So another little bit thing about me that you guys all know now, and I'll do these a couple times a month, and so I'll bring you guys along on these Facebook market deal finds that I get, and show you guys just exactly how it is. So we're on our way to get this Duramax. Let's go get it, and let's check it out together, see what you guys think. Here's a fun fact for you. So you see this pink truck right here? So that company, I bought a truck from them. The transmission went out on it. Well, actually, they got it in a wreck, but the motor was good and the transmission was broke on it. They're a tour company here in Vegas. Anyways, long story short, I bought the truck from them, and I took that motor. It had a 6.7 Cummins motor in it, and I put it in a Hemi. So there was I had a 4-door, it was a 2008, I had a 4-door dually 3500 with a gasser in it. And of course the gasser was blown up. And I put a Cummins in that Hemi out of one of those pink trucks. Anyways, just a fun little fact. I seen that truck and that company, all their trucks are pink, and I don't know, I guess marketing. But anyways, I bought one of those trucks and I put a 6.7 Cummins in a Ram 3500 Hemi, and actually the conversion wasn't that hard as I thought it was going to be. They kind of bolted right in. Well, obviously they bolted right in there, but the electronics and stuff swapped right over, and you won't even know that it was a Hemi.
We Cummins swapped a Hemi with a 6.7 liter Cummins. Second gen swap, and we G56 manual swapped it.
But anyways, yep, I Cummins swapped a Hemi, so out of one of those pink trucks. Anyways, we're in Vegas. This place, I hate Vegas. I mean, I understand people come here to gamble, but I gamble with my life, roping wild cows in the desert, so I don't need that excitement of gambling my money when I gamble my life, I guess. But this place, they call it Sin City for a reason. It's just terrible here. Anyways, getting through Vegas, heading towards Phoenix. let's get going, folks, and hang on tight because we're heading that way. Look at that, folks. Arizona, baby! There we go. Anyways, the Hoover Dam's down over there. But yeah, they built these big old... They make these so tall you can't see over them. Even in a big truck. So, they do that so you pay to go look at it. Anyways, we just entered Arizona. We are making pretty good time. We're still pushing it. We're still getting close. So anyways, folks, hang on tight. We're making it. We're gonna get down there. The old Ford's still doing good. And what I said about the Fords earlier, now take that with a grain of salt. These motors, you know, I'm not a big fan of them, but the bodies, the interior, everything's really, the suspension, really good on these trucks for the most part. So that's why I like putting Cummins in these trucks, because you get the best of the best. So that's why why we're working on this next, these giveaways. I'm putting the best motor I know, in my opinion, best motor ever made, and I'm putting in some of the best trucks ever made. So a Ford truck with a Cummins, hard to beat. So now Ford, take this, team up with Cummins, and make a good truck. Anyways, we're heading down. We're gonna make it there. We're in Arizona now, boys and girls. Woo! Well, this is just great. So, I guess there's some person with a flag up here, and now it turns into one lane. My phone says now I'm going to arrive there at 8 o'clock. That's when they close. I hope that it's putting in this construction in my phone work. I don't know what I'm saying. I hope that my phone's calculating this wait for construction. Usually they do. But I am pushing it close, folks. We are just about to Wickenburg, Arizona, and traffic has stopped. So this is no good. I don't know how far up it is or anything, but well, hang on tight, folks. We're gonna see what this does. I don't know. We'll have to see. I hope. I might miss it. I really might. My phone says arriving at 7:59. No good. We're an hour and 15 minutes out. So, yeah, I don't know what they're gonna. If the dealer closes, I don't know. We might just break in there and pull that thing out. So, all right, stand by. We'll see. We're going. Well, we're not going anywhere, but we're going there. We've came too far not to turn around now. So, let's get there. Hang on. All right, I'm calling the guy. Let's see how this goes.
Hello.
Hey, brother. How are you?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe if I told you. Go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. I am an hour out, and right here in Wickenburg.
Yep, I know where you're at.
Yep, and the traffic has stopped.
Don't get there too late. I was just there. They told me to bring the key over there because they wanted to move it from the backyard to outside the gate.
Perfect.
All right. I get over there. The guy says I can't fucking move it because I'm the only guy here now. He said you'll have to pick it up tomorrow. Sorry.
Okay.
So I sat there chatting with him some more. Come on, man. We got to do something about this damn thing. Get this over with. Well, I'll tell you what. Is he driving a wrecker? I said, I think so. He said, because I can't get it out of the backyard. We got a rule here that you have to have a spotter and all that to pull it out of here. So then I said, all right, well, I'll come back and spot for you. You can't.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't because you have to be an employee.
Oh, my goodness.
He
of
said,
course.
So I'm the only guy, so I can't do it on my own. And so then he said, but if he's got a wrecker and can hook onto it and pull it out of here, I can spot for him and it'll still work.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
So if that's what he's got, we'll make it work.
Okay.
But he said, we'll be here till, I don't know. I'll keep that gate open 8:15, maybe 8:30, but I'm telling you, that's absolutely it.
I mean, worst case scenario, worst case, if we have to, can I still get it in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, worst case, we'll shoot for that, and I'll just find a place to sleep here if that's the worst case, and first thing in the morning we'll meet over there.
But you still keep going that way right now, right?
Oh yeah, I'm still trying to make it there. There's no doubt about that one. I am, but they got this flagger out here, and I don't know if he's sleeping or what's he doing, but he's flagging the traffic.
You're at a standstill.
Yeah, no, they got a flag out here stopping people. I have no idea what they're doing. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Talk to you.
Okay, so this is the situation. He did say that he would keep it for me in the morning if I had to. So that's good, because before he's like, you don't get it tonight, you don't get it at all. So that's good. But we're still at a standstill here. I don't know. This guy I was on the phone, he sounded pretty chill there, but before he was like kind of grouchy, and I was like kind of scared that he might back out or do something. So in scenarios when the folks that you're trying to buy stuff from are kind of wishy-washy, it's better just to get there as fast as you can and make the deal happen, because if you let them sit there and think about it and stress about it, they'll have seller's remorse and they'll talk themselves out of it, or they'll figure out some other solution. And so this is the worst case scenario. Look at this. It still stopped. Let's see if I can put you guys out on an extension here. I don't know. It's a long ways. It's a long ways back too, so. Anyways, hang on folks. Stand by. We're going. Well, we're not going nowhere, but we're gonna get going here, I hope. We might go out in the boonies. Look at the Joshua trees. Wouldn't it be fun to go cowboy and roping something wild in there? That looks thick. At least we got a pretty sunset going. Anyways, stand by folks. Let's go get it. Found the problem here. All these guys here be taking lunch breaks. Get to work. Get moving. Well, we're moving slowly, folks. Not going very fast, but we're getting somewhere, so we'll see what happens. Basically, I called the guy back. I said, hey, there's no way I'm gonna make it by the time they close. I know what you said earlier. Is it okay if we meet in the morning. He said yes. So, woo, all that stress for nothing. But I'm gonna meet the guy at 8 o'clock in the morning is when he said he could meet, and we'll get the truck. So I got me a hotel at the Best Western, you know, quality, and gonna spend the night there. And I'm still not even to Wickenburg yet, so I'm still just going down the road, making it. Hey, this is part of it, folks. When you get an opportunity to, you know, get a good deal, you got to jump on it. And even though it's hard, it'll be worth it in the long run. So anyways, I'm booking it to Surprise or Phoenix, wherever it's at, Phoenix, Arizona, and gonna get there and get in the hotel room and wake up early and check this truck out. So anyways, folks, we're still driving slowly. It's starting to pick up now, so we'll get there, don't you worry. Well, just turns out that I don't have any trailer lights, and it's dark already. So let me show you guys an old Indian trick. These right here are a rancher's lifesaver. Now this, I keep these with me. See that? And then watch, you got those, you got that, then off. These got a magnet on them. When I tell you these are no joke of a magnet, I mean, they stick like glue. Like that. It takes me 2 hands to get these magnets off. So you stick these on a horse trailer, no matter where you're going off-road or whatever, they don't fall off. There you go, that's better. I'm not sponsored by whoever makes those, but I'll tell you, that is a handy thing to keep in your truck. Those lights have saved us many times on the ranch, but now we got a nice GR trailer, and that GR trailer's got good lights, so don't got to worry about that no more. Anyways, we're almost to Phoenix, but figured I'd check the lights. Turns out they don't work anyway, so now we're going to head down the road, folks. So let's get going to Phoenix. All right, so we are now in Wickenburg, Arizona. You can tell we're in Wickenburg because all the horse trailers. I don't know if you can see them over there across the road. Those are all horse trailers. That arena, to a lot of you guys might recognize that arena. It is Rancho Rio Arena, and they throw some of the biggest jackpots there. And all around the country, right here. Wickenburg, I'm pretty sure they call Wickenburg the team roping capital of the world. And there's the lights going. They got a roping going on right now. They do ropings like dang near every night. And a quick little fact for you. Cash and I came down here and we actually won a jackpot at the Rancho Rio and brought some money home. So that was back when we were big bad team ropers. So Rancho Rio, Wickenburg, Arizona. Good arena. You can win a lot of money there if you know how to rope. So we're just passing through Wickenburg now, and we should be there soon. But a quick story about that jackpot is we were sitting 15th, and we were in the short round, and I was heading, and Cash was heeling for me, and we spent the whole week here team roping. And this was our last team roping, the last jackpot that we could afford, and we put all our money to enter this jackpot. And Cash and I, we were so broke that we added up our money and we said, if we don't win this jackpot right now, we can't make it home. So that's how much we had. So much, we were so low on money that if we wouldn't have won that jackpot, we were gonna have to. And I even said, I was like, you think your dad would spot us some money to get us home? And he was like, Cash was like, don't worry about that, we're gonna win. And I was like, let's not worry about it, but deep down I'm still really worried about it. There's the Wickenburg sign up there. Anyways, we go into the final hole, a short round, and we're sitting 15th, and we're in the box, and Cash looks over at him. He's like, just take it nice and slow, just rope it easy, and all we need to do is place. If we place, we can make it home. And everyone's laughing, and I was like, we're here to win this son of a gun. And I nodded my head and I threw, and I caught that thing so fast. Anyways, Cash came back, healed 2 feet, and we ended up taking third, and we won $8,000 each. So anyways, fun story. Wickenburg, we have a lot of good team roping memories, but we almost were so broke. And I think sometimes that's the best. That's when you rope the best, or when you're against the wall and you have no other option than to win. I think that's when, in sports and everything, I think that's when you do the best. So in just life in general, once you're hit the bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. But anyways, folks, quick little good story for you. Again, I'm so glad I brought you guys along with me on this ride, because it's kind of lonely on this road. But we're almost to Phoenix, just leaving Wickenburg, and we'll go check out our bunks for the night. So hang in there, folks. I made it here to the Best Western. Check this thing out. Woo! Best Western, the best in the West out here. We're like the cheapest, but now when I'm by myself on these trips, I just, I'm comfortable with a cheap hotel, some fast food, and get back on the road. It's when my family comes when I gotta treat them good, get Airbnbs, take them out to nice dinners. So, anyways, nothing fancy out here, folks. We're out here trying to make some money. So, anyways, I'm gonna grab something to eat, and then we'll get back to the hotel. We'll check that out. Let's check this place out. Oh, man. Well, it ain't bad. I've slept in worse, and I've camped outside a lot. So, just to have a bed is nice for me sometimes. So, okay, folks, we'll see you in the morning, and let's check out that Duramax. I'm excited. I don't know if I can sleep. I'm pretty pumped. So, let's go. Good morning, folks. Well, I'm just getting now ready to leave the hotel in the morning. I slept like any man would sleep at the Best Western. Mostly I had a hard time sleeping because I was so dang excited. So anyways, it's about 6 o'clock. I'm going to get ready to head over there and meet with that guy. He's supposed to be over about 7:38. So let's get over there and let's check out this Duramax finally. So anyways, we're out of here. I think it's this way. I can't remember. All right, folks, we arrived. Here comes the owner right now, and we'll see where we can get it done at. Good, brother. Good. Hey, I'm finally. Oh, you have. I mean, you might have an idea, but it's a long night. Where do I gotta go?
How are you going to get it on there?
I got a winch.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. I mean, I'll take my car back there too. What the
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Kick us out?
Exactly. I'll show you right away.
Yes, sir. I'll follow you. Seems like a good guy, so he's gonna pull around. We're gonna pull right in there like we own the place and get it. But yeah, we're here. This is it. Bingo. Let's check this Duramax out, folks. Woo! I'm freaking pumped. Nervous and pumped all at the same time. So we'll go see. Alright, so I'm following this guy to where the truck is. Look at that, they got their own little car wash here at the dealer. That's kind of cool. Oh, where are you? Silver Duramax. There it is. There she is. I think I'm gonna pull all the way around here. Alright, hang on, folks. I gotta focus here. So, again, none of the people that I meet want to be on camera. And I'm okay with that. I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. So, no need to do that. So, he didn't want to be on camera. Whatever. But check this thing out. I bought it. I paid for it and I got some more insight on it that makes me excited. But look at this thing. Oh. She's nice, boys and girls. She's nice. Oh my goodness. 115,000 miles. She is a beaut. And there's the motor. Look, it looks brand new. It is brand new to me. So here's the story. So I got them down to 14 grand. So that's why I paid for it. I guess the story changed. I thought he said that it stopped running on him when it was idling, but it wasn't. He said he just went out to start it the next morning and it just wouldn't start. And he took it to the dealer. They said it was hydro-locked, meaning there's water coolant in the cylinders. And I don't know. They might be right, but I don't believe it. So it might be an easy fix. I don't know. It makes me happy that it wasn't running when it locked up, because that means the motor and internal should still be okay. So anyways, I'm going to shut the hood. Look at that. It is clean. I was checking the oil and just making sure that it had those things, which it did. And when you hit the key, it just clicks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the dealer here and I'm going to talk to the mechanic that worked on it and see if I can't get some more info on it. I want to know how deep they went. They might have just freaking, it's a dealer, you never know. They could have just been like, oh, well, we tried to start, it didn't start, so it needs a motor. Remember, they quoted him 29 grand to put a motor in that thing. So I'm going to leave you guys here. I'm going to go talk to them and I'll let you know what they say. But this is exciting. That's an awesome clean truck. All right, so supposedly the mechanic that worked on the truck isn't here today. So get a hold of this. So this is what they told me at the diagnostics. They took an oil sample and they found coolant in the oil and they just said new motor. So yeah, there might be water. It could be a water pump. So on these Duramaxes, the water pumps ran off a gear. And if that cracked or locked up, it could have let a little coolant into the oil. And then since it's locked up, it could keep the motor from turning over. Might just need a new water pump. Oh, I'm just so excited. So anyways, there she is, got her loaded, and we're gonna try to get out of here. I'm pretty excited. I think I'm gonna keep this as my personal truck for a while. I know I say that a lot, but I think I'm gonna keep this for a while. And so I'm gonna go buy some wheels and tires for it. Some stupid wheels and tires. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, that looks so gay, but I'm an obnoxious young man. I like big wild wheels, so, and it's gonna make that truck look so good. So anyways, folks, hang on. We're gonna go maybe check out some wheels and get this thing back home to Nevada. So all right, let's go, folks. Okay, so here's the situation. I found some wheels and tires. It's kind of a crazy story. So the wheels and tires that I found them on Facebook Marketplace. It took me to a little, Mexican tire shop over here. The guys are just super nice, super cool. And they said, hey, we have some custom made wheels over here that a customer ordered and never showed up to pick them up. We'll give you a good deal on them. I was like, well, let's see if they're my, what I'm looking for. And I was like, whoa, those are like way too crazy, obnoxious, like crazy. And they're like, no, we'll give you a good deal on them. And so I was like, what kind of good deal? These wheels are like $6,000 wheels. I got them for $3,800 with brand new tires on them. So I was like, whatever, let's do it. Like, this is awesome. So they had to order in the tires because the wheels are 24-inch wheels by 14 wide. They're crazy. They're so obnoxious. And they're a cool cut. Anyway, so when I get those in, I'll show you guys those. But anyways, I bought them. They're paid for. They're going to mount them, and then they're going to ship them out to me. So how much better can you get from that? So while I was waiting, I know I should have took you guys and showed you guys, but while I was waiting for the deal to go down, they're trying to get me tires shipped in. I had about an hour, they said, to figure out when the tires would get here. Turns out they're not going to get here till tomorrow, and I can't wait that long. So while I was working, I took off the belt and worked on the truck a little bit and seeing if I could bar it over, turn the motor over with a wrench. Turns out it is pretty locked up, but I think it's a head. I think it's the cracked heads. gonna crack coolant down into the system, which is an easy fix. So anyways, I am trying not to get hit. So the old rig here, we got it loaded up, and we're gonna head home. We got about a 7-hour, 8-hour drive, and I got a wife and some cute little girls waiting for their daddy to get home. So I'm gonna get up there and go get it and ride along with me, so if I have any breakdowns, I got someone to talk to on the side of the road. And I might call one of you guys to come save me. So anyways, let's get this old Ford on the road and get home. Come on, baby, you can do it. Oh, we're getting passed by the semis. Come on, truck, you can make it. Going about 38 miles an hour up Boulder. If you guys don't know where Boulder is, it's that big hill right there by the Hoover Dam before you get into Vegas. And it is steep and long, but we're making it slow and easy. We don't want to push it too hard. We're still a couple hours away from home, so. But looks like we're peeking over the hill now, barely. The old Duramax is still back there hanging on. Alright, well, let's get home, folks. Well, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I made it home. The old girl's here, and the old Ford did it, the old work truck. So it might have gained a couple oil leaks on that drive, but hey, it made me from point A to point B, and I just brought this beauty home. I am so excited. My wife and kids are asleep, so it can't be too loud, but we're in the morning. We'll get this thing unloaded, and we're gonna break into this a little bit and see what's going on with it. So anyways, I'm exhausted, so see you guys tomorrow. All right, folks, so it's the next day. I got the truck over here at the shop, and I want to unload it from the trailer, but honestly, I'm still so excited that I'm like, I want to see if I can get this thing figured out. I'm still not completely convinced. Here's the thing. I'm not completely convinced that this thing's locked up. I know the dealer told me. I know the previous owner said that's what happened. I know that I tried to turn it over. I tried to turn it over with a bar when I was in Phoenix at the tire shop, and I just couldn't quite get it because I didn't have the right tool. These motors are kind of hard to turn over, and I couldn't quite get any, and my wrench was small, okay? All right, I couldn't reach it, and so I got a bigger wrench. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood and see if we can't bar this thing over. I took the belts off, and I'm gonna get some oomph on it and really give it the onion and see if I can turn this thing over, because they say it's locked up, and I don't know. I couldn't sleep. I was thinking about it. I want to give it one more shot before I go any farther. So actually, you know what I'm going to do before I do this? I'm going to take the oil filter off. And I'm going to check it for metal. So when you take these oil filters off, you take them off and you cut them. And then you take the filter part off and you look at it. And if it's got metal in it, that means the motor locked up and it's got shards in it. At that point, I'm not even going to stress about trying to do anything else, because I want to see if there's metal. If there's metal in the oil, the motor's done. I have to rebuild, it's done. So I'm not even going to stress about anything else. The oil filter's easy to get to, and I'm going to take it off real quick. So hang on, let's check this out. Let's see if there's metal in this oil filter. And by the way, I know this is a different type of video than I usually do, but this is what I do on the daily. And when I'm not cowboying, I got to make a living. This is how I do it. So I'm going to bring you guys along. Maybe you guys will learn a couple things about mechanics. And overall, let's have fun while doing it. So let's just do a recap. The truck's locked up. The dealer said they found coolant in the oil. They believe it has the motors failed and the head broke, cracked, got water in it, and that there's probably a bent rod. That's what they said. So I'm not convinced of that. Once I take this, so I'm going to start diagnosing it. Now, I know the dealer said they diagnosed it, but I'm going to do my own. And my own is, I'm going to check the oil, see if there's any metal in the oil. And then if there's no metal in the oil, I'm going to try to bar it over, meaning I'm going to try to manually crank the motor over, turn it over. If that don't happen, then I'm going to take the heads off and I'm going to see where the crack is in the head. If it does bar over, then we're in luck, I think, and I'm going to go start diagnosing other things. If I find metal in the oil filter, then it needs a new motor, and we'll just kind of end the video there. So let's take this oil filter off and cut it open and see what's in there. Okay, I got the oil filter off, and we're gonna take it inside the shop and cut it open. All right, guys, so this is what we did. It's a freaking mess, obviously, but we took this cutoff wheel, we cut the lid off this filter and pulled the filter out. I know I didn't video it, I'm sorry, but the filter looks like this because I cut it off. So what you do is you take this, you cut a piece of the cloth out like this. Then what you do, here's a tip for you guys to just check if your oil filter has metal in it. What you do is you wrap this, usually it has oil all over it. You wrap this in a towel or a rag and you put it in this vise and you cringe it down really tight. All the oil's out. And then you hold it up, and with the light you can see if there's metal in it, and turns out there's no metal in it. So there's no metal in the oil filter, so that's a plus. So now we're gonna go see if we can't bar that thing over and see if we can't get that motor to turn over. So not saying that it still might not need a motor, but that's a good sign, meaning it hasn't been ran with a bad motor. So let's go get that checked out, and let's go bar that engine over. As you see, the shop's pretty full, or I would just pull the truck in there, but I'm too dang excited to even take it off the dang trailer. So anyways, oil filter's good. I just put a new one back on, and now I'm going to try to crank it over, or not crank it over, but I'm going to try to turn it over with this dog, big old long one, and see if we can't get movement. So hang on, folks, I'm going to get up there. I'm going to try to just give her the youngins and see if I can't break this thing loose, and if it doesn't break loose, then we got other problems. But if it breaks loose, that could be exciting, because that means the truck's not locked up and we can start focusing on other things. So anyways, stand by, let's get you set up somewhere. Okay, so I got this bar now on the crank. I'm going to pull on it. Okay, hold up. Let's set you guys right here. I'm going to get two hands on this and see if I can't pry this baby over. Oh! Oh my goodness. Look. It's turning over. I'm spinning the motor right now. It was really hard for a second, but something just kind of released. I heard like a clicking noise, and now look, it spins. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna turn it, I'm gonna do a full rotation and see if it locks up again, and then we'll go from there. Let me crank it over. My goodness. Okay, hold up, let me. Oh my goodness. Folks, this motor just turned over. It cranked over. So I was able to move it manually, meaning it's not locked up. So I'm gonna go try to start it and see, now that I loosened it, like now that I broke it loose or whatever, let's see if it starts. Oh, here we go. Let's see if it starts. Nothing. Okay, so it still doesn't want to start, but the motor isn't locked up no more. It spins easy. Like, it's, after a little bit, it started spinning so easy. It was really hard at first, but I heard like a clunk, then it started spinning easy. Now it's just clicking. Like, you just hear the starter click, which is what it did before. What if this thing just needs a new starter? I'm going to test the starter, and I want to try to see, because the next thing, if the motor's able to spin over and the starter's engaging but it's not spinning, then we're looking at something else. So I'm going to get this fender well off and see if I can see the starter. Let's just see. My guess is what, the starter's not engaging all the way. Okay, let me take this fender well off. Let me look at the starter and I'll go from there. This is getting wild. Hold up. Okay, so check this out. So it's starting to get, the sun's is ready to go down here soon. So I'm not doing the best at videoing, but I'll just tell you guys what I just did. So I took the fender well out and I took the starter out. Now, if you guys ever took a starter out of a new Duramax, holy crap, respect. That thing is a pain in the to get out, by the way. Let me show you what I had to do. So I had to loosen the exhaust here. I had to take this whole exhaust clamp off. There was a stupid guard like this that covered the whole starter. I took the starter completely out and I bench tested it, meaning I just put power straight to it. It worked. So the starter spun. The starter spun. And so I put the starter back in, and now I'm kind of figuring out what's to do next. If the starter works and it's not engaging, but the motor turns over, I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to do some testing on the power to the starter, because when the starter's in the truck, it won't spin. But when I take the starter out and hook it up to cables, it spins. So starter's good. So I put the starter back in the truck. I'm going to check the power going to the starter and run some tests. So I'll be better at videoing this. So hang on, let's get that done. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So check this out. So I have this is a power probe tool, and you can add power and you can add ground. And I went on here, check this out. So I went on this starter. If you guys can see this right here, this is the solenoid. Now, this piece right here goes straight. This should have constant battery power, and I'm not getting nothing. I'm not getting any power to the battery, but the battery is making a click noise. And so I'm going to figure out why there's no power to the starter. This is supposed to be constant power. And then this has a little bit of power that then ignites this once you turn the key. So I'm trying to figure out why that one has no power to it. If there's no power going to the battery, how the truck's supposed to start? Oh my goodness. So now I got to monkey climb my fat butt back up on top of this and check out where that cable goes into the battery and see why it's not getting any ground. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so I found something. Now I'm not sure. What I'm worried about is if I might have accidentally done this when I was taking out the starter. I did undo the batteries, but I might have done this. So let's check this out. So this is the wire that goes down to my starter. This wire goes into this. Now, right now, and then this is straight to the battery. So these should have full power. They all have power except this one. This is the one that goes to the starter. And look, on these Duramax, I had no idea about this. These are fuses. So this fuse is blown. And I'm wondering if maybe I might have did that, because I did make it spark once, and that's probably all it took to blow that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it straight to the battery. Probably put it over on this one for now. And see if I should have power back down to my starter again, and then we'll go from there. So this could be exciting. So I'm going to put this on, and then I think we can go back down and see if we got power. So let's check that out. So now that I did that, I came back down here, and what do you know? You hear that beeping? We got power. So now we have power to our starter. So the motor turns over. We now have power to our starter. This thing should do something. It should crank. It should do something. So let's go back in it and cross our fingers and see what happens now. I mean, yeah, mechanicing's not easy, but it's pretty simple. You just get power to the dang things that need power, and stuff should work. So let's check this out. Okay, I'm gonna set you guys up here. All right, come on, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The truck just started. Oh my goodness. The truck just started and ran. I turned it off because I don't have my belts on it or anything. Folks, I am lost of words right now. I want to dance. I want to dance. I want to dance. Okay, I'm good. I got my dance out. Folks, that means all this truck needed was a fuse. A freaking fuse. Oh my goodness. Imagine the guy that sold me this truck. So, I feel bad for him. So if you guys don't remember the story, the guy that owned this truck took it to the dealer. The dealer said it needed a motor. It was locked up. And they quoted him $29,000 for a new motor. And the old man's like, I can't afford that. Like, I'm just gonna have to sell the truck. So he posted the truck for sale, sold it to me for $14,000 because he's like, it needs a motor. It's a $30,000 job. And I bought it thinking, well, heck, if it needs a motor, I'll put one in myself, save myself, $20,000 of the 30, and I'll be in at 10 grand, and it's still this is still a $50,000 truck. And turns out all it needed was a fuse. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The dealer, this is the dealer's fault, by the way. It needs a fuse. It started right up. It runs. I could probably back it off the trailer right now. All because of a fuse. The dealer. Okay, let's take this time. Let's take a moment to talk about these dealers and what they're doing to you folks out there. This is a very high reputable dealer. I'll probably not say, you know what? I will say their name. They are Sands Chevy in Surprise, Arizona. And I want to tell you guys, they just screwed that guy out of $50,000. $50,000 truck right here. And they just screwed him over a fuse. That's wrong. Folks, I know a lot of you guys, I'm not no mechanic. I learned on a ranch. I'm not certified mechanic by any means, but I'll tell you one thing. There's so many people out there that down and talk bad about people like us. And I know not a lot of people that are backyard mechanics like me are great people. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's too many of you guys that will say, oh, the dealer knows best. Just take it to the dealer. The dealer's honest. The dealer's this. They're not. They're out there to make money off you. And that's exactly what they did to this guy. And that's wrong. They should have done better at their diagnostics. I diagnosed this thing. I've been here, an hour, 2 hours, and this truck started right up. It needs a fuse. They charged him $50,000 for a fuse. They made him lose $50,000 because of a fuse. And I mean, obviously, I'm happy because I got a good deal of a truck, but it makes me sad that this guy got screwed by the dealer. And look at this truck, folks. This is a beautiful truck. And all I got to say is the dealers aren't always the best. I'll tell you that right now. Some backyard redneck cowboy mechanic like me was able to get this thing going, and I'm going to fix it right, and I'm going to get it back on the road. So this isn't an ad for me, but I will say these trucks are cool, but they will charge you a lot of money if you just listen to the first opinion that you get on a truck. So note to self, don't ever take the first opinion from somebody at a dealer. Get somebody else to look at it. Get a couple people to look at something before you spend $30,000 on a motor. That's just fine. And so the dealer lied. I feel bad for the guy. I'm debating on if I should reach out to him or not. I feel like I just hurt his feelings, so I might just not tell him and just let him think the motor was blown. I don't know. I'll have to think and pray on it, but I just feel bad for him. I feel like if I tell him, he'll just be upset. But if I don't tell him, then he won't know that the dealer's completely crap. Well, if you see this video and you're out there, this is it. So anyways, truck runs great. I'm so excited to get it off the trailer. I'm going to get a fuse for it, and I'm going to build this truck because I got it for such a good deal. I'm going to build it up. I'm going to make it my personal truck. I'm going to make it ridiculous and just enjoy it. So, oh my goodness, I am still in shock. This truck, all it needed was a fuse, and it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to put the truck back together and get it back on the road. So anyways, folks, I appreciate you guys watching. I want to thank God and praise him for giving me this opportunity right here to be able to get this truck, but also to be able to tell an awareness to you guys out there that are getting screwed by these dealers, that the dealer's not always right, folks. So oh my goodness, thank you guys for watching. I'm so excited to get this thing back together and drive it off the trailer. And yeah, that's a wrap. So make sure you subscribe. We'll see you guys later, and you'll see more of this truck throughout our video. So subscribe. You'll see what I'm going to do to it. It's going to be crazy. And oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, folks, it's been 3 days since I brought home that Duramax. And if this is a side of me a lot of you guys don't know, but like, I love modifying and making my diesels cool. I know, I'm a cowboy. Deal with it. So in 3 days, I took off the cab of the Duramax. I head studded it, turboed it, got rid of that communist EGR crap and death. And this is what we got 3 days later, right here, folks.